Hold on.
You ready for your last day?
Yeah. I think I'm ready.
Where did you start in radio?
I started in Rochester, Minnesota. I got an associate's degree in radio, TV broadcasting, and like 3 days before I graduated, I had 3 job offers. One in Rochester, Minnesota, which was only an hour and a half away from where I lived, and in Minnesota. And my grandma lived in Rochester. The other one was in Pierce, South Dakota. And the last one was in, I can't remember the name of the town in Colorado, but I was like, oh, Colorado, that's cool as hell. And I found out that the town was the flat part of Colorado, which I never knew there was a flat part of Colorado, honestly. So I decided not to take that because there'd be no reason to move to Colorado, in my opinion. So I ended up going to Rochester, and I moved in with my grandma because that was April 1993. And I lived with my grandma. For one thing, she was a fantastic lady. And another thing is because I only made $12,000 a year. So I got about $200 a week to work in radio. And it was overnights at a rock station. Ready? Okay. I've already pretty much cleaned out my whole cubicle. I had pictures here, and I had a photo up here, and there's something on my... Aw, from Bickham. It's really long.
Hey, Jess? Yes. Bye, bye, bye. You want to be Bye, bye, bye.
Uh-oh. So what are you calling me now?
The artist formerly known as Jessica Dol.
Well, my original name, my maiden name is Ely, E-L-Y. And so I lived with my grandma Ely. And we were trying to come up with a radio name because Jessica Ely is just really not. It's kind of, I don't know, weird. But we couldn't come up with any names. Like, we looked in the dictionary, and they all sounded like stripper names, like Jessica Jasmine, and stupid crap like that. So I looked at her and I said, just tell me a story about our family, and I want to see if I can pick anything out of that story. She got seriously four or five words into it. So your great-grandfather Adolphus, well, we called him Doll for short. And there it was. And I was lucky enough, every radio station that I went to let me keep that name. Get in here super early because we have to do commercials and I have to write liners, and there's a lot more work. Never thought radio was actually going to force me to work. I am not only middays, but I'm music director and assistant program director. Not after today, though. They've asked me pretty much every single day if I've changed my mind, which is flattering, but they can't offer me what I need to stay.
And what are you gonna go do?
I'm gonna be a hot air balloon pilot. All right, well, it is my final day here at Z92, so I thought that I would play songs that I would request, personally. Not saying that your requests were never any good. They were. I loved them. That's why I lasted so long here at Z92. So I wanted to start everything off with the first song that I ever played on Z92. Back in October of 2001, this had just come out, so I was pretty excited to play this. If you remember the band Tantric, this tune is called Breakdown. This is What Are They Gonna Do? Fire Me? Friday. Whole lot of lunch. Breakdown from Tantric on Z92, the rock station. Jessica Dol, by the way, if you did not know that and you're listening to this for the first time, it's going to be a little strange for you. But Veruca Salt Seether, the reason I played that song is because I used to be in a band here as lead singer called Switch 625. Also before that, Def Leppard, Rock Till You Drop. That is the band, besides Disturbed, that I have met the most. And I've always had such a huge crush on Joe Elliott. Every time he would walk into the room, I turn bright red and can't finish my words or anything like that. Just like when my husband walks into the room.
Whatever.
Z92, the rock station with Todd and Tyler mornings. That is Omaha Boys Through Fire off their CD Breathe. That is Stronger. That was the first single from it. And actually, I just got a text from Justin not too long ago telling me to have a great day. Justin McCain, lead guitarist of Through Fire, and holds a special place in my heart because they have always been so great to me. And they're on their way to a festival in Montana. So Justin, if you're listening, rock Montana.
You bet. I bet it's bittersweet being there today, but I got to tell you, I'm just so proud of you and everything that you've done. So, congratulations.
Well, thank you. And, it's time to grow up a little bit for me. You've grown up because you got Steve Lundy, so.
I don't know about that.
Oh.
But, he's a good guy.
Well, thank you so much for the phone call, and I will see you soon, okay?
You bet. Take care. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
It couldn't have been easy putting up with those idiots in the morning, but you did a great job.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I am becoming a hot air balloon pilot.
No shit.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
We've always had some pretty good fun. And,
Yes.
I think Donnie's a pretty damn lucky guy to have somebody like you.
Yes, I am.
You're going because she's such a sweetheart, Donnie.
Absolutely, I agree.
So,
That's nice.
I knew he was there. That's why I had to say that.
But James the Giant Peach, hey, buddy.
Well, I appreciate it. Donnie's in here, too.
I don't give a crap about him. It's not his last day. It's your last day. Have a great last shift, and you're right. It's Friday. What are they going to do? Fire you?
Exactly.
Like they did you. And you. And everybody else. Hey, Jeff, seriously, on a serious note, you had an unbelievable run that town has very greatly miss you.
Oh, thank you. That's really sweet.
Do your last breaks and enjoy it, okay?
I will definitely do that, and you have no idea how much I appreciate you calling the studio line.
Of course, it means something that way, right?
It does. It absolutely does.
All right, honey.
I just had to call and say goodbye and all that cry stuff.
It's tough.
Just wanted to let you know how much we love you.
Aww.
And I wish you the most success that you could possibly imagine.
Maybe you could take my job. You were very succinct, and I could hear every word that you said. Which doesn't happen very often when people call me. That's my husband. All of you probably know this.
I just want to point out how incredibly proud I am of this woman. I'm going to make her cry in between breaks. I don't know how she has the strength to do this. When most people leave radio, like I did, I was pissed off at everybody and pissed off at everything. And it makes it very easy to leave somewhere when you hate everything about it. She doesn't hate everything about it.
No.
So this is very hard for her, and I am extremely proud of you. Now eat your lunch.
I'm trying. You're making me cry. I'm so hungry. Well, my favorite video game is Guitar Hero, and the first time I played it, it was this song. And I've loved this song ever since. I know I should have loved it before, but we got some Motorhead. It's Lemmy. Ace of Spades on Z92.
You've been one of my favorite DJs.
Aw.
When I called you and told you I was going through sobriety,
Yes.
becoming sober, you supported me like crazy.
and played me a couple songs to help me get through that. And when I graduated from high school last year, finally, after 30 years, you played Top of the World for Van Halen for me, and you always played, I'm sorry, you always played Shotgun Silence for me all the time I wanted, all that other stuff. I'm sorry, dude, but I'm just going to miss you, you know? I'm heartbroken, but I'm really super happy for you. I'm glad you're going on to bigger and better things, but damn it, we're going to miss you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. There's no camera.
So you went from Rochester to where?
Oh, when I got fired, I went to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, because there was somebody there that meant a lot to me. His name was Daniel. It was a guy I was dating, and he had moved to Milwaukee. And so I thought, I'm just going to, this is just going to make it more comfortable for me to move. And I couldn't find a job in radio in Milwaukee, actually. And so I had 5 different jobs. I flew in a plane, and I reported traffic. I did singing telegrams. I hosted karaoke. 4 jobs, sorry. Hosted karaoke. And I was also a waitress at the concert hall there, the Eagle Ballroom. So I got to see everybody from Eddie Money to Sheryl Crow. I actually tapped Ringo Starr on the foot once because one of the guys bet me that he'd give me $20 if I would go up there and tap Ringo
Can you do me a favor real quick
Yeah.
before you continue with your story?
Yeah.
Can you turn the Metallica down? Because if I try and put this on YouTube or on Facebook, they probably won't let me use that.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. They're douchebags. It's not your fault. Not as big a douchebags as Bono, but, they're up there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So anyway, I had 4 jobs in Milwaukee and made $13,000 that year. 4 jobs, $13,000. Yeah, that's when I went into big time debt. And then I just started sending tapes out everywhere. And I got a phone call, and this guy said, "Hey, I'm from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. You sent me a tape." And in my head, I'm spinning. I did. Oh my gosh, I did. And I'm thinking, Iowa, oh no. And ended up in Cedar Rapids, Iowa for 3.5 years after that. Z92, the rock station. It's Jessica Dol, and I did tell you my favorite band of all time, if you've been listening today. Well, the other 2 bands that I really like, Incubus and Live. My favorite band of all time is Disturbed. There is a huge reason why, and I hope you find this interesting. Back about 7 years ago, before Donnie and I were married, had a little bit of a problem with a stalker, to the point where we had to go to court and everything. And he had written me a letter, and in the letter, a Disturbed show was coming up, and he knew what a fan of Disturbed I was, so he said, "I will see you at the show." So I was not able to go to the show, because I didn't want to put myself in front of this guy. And the record person that I was dealing with, the record rep for Disturbed, told Disturbed, and the band told her to tell me that they would let me be on stage, and their security guys would be all around me just so I could go to the show. And I thought that was the coolest thing that any band could ever do for anybody, because they knew what a big fan I was, not as a radio person, but as just a regular person. So, from 10,000 Fists, Disturbed, and Land of Confusion on Z92. I can't do it. I'm not going to be able to do this. Z92, the rock station. It's Jessica Dol, and this is it, you guys. I just wanted to say it's been great. 15 years. I'm not going to talk after this, because I don't think that I can, as you can tell. So this is going to say it all for me. Be happy. Be safe. Have a good weekend, and I love you all. I'm on to bigger things. Time to grow up, and I'm happy about this, so. It's good. Whoever takes my place, be good to him. Thanks. Love you.